Hello, everyone. A passenger unforgettable statement. I was in rush hour. It was around, I think it was 4:45 at the time on a Thursday. Was just picking them up from work. It was a good conversation from what I could recall. And shortly before I dropped him off, it was only about a 10-minute ride. He said, life is always going to have problems. And that I admit, before he got out the car, I told him that's a true statement. And to this day, it's a true statement too. But what is also a true statement is that for every problem in life, if it's man made, there's a solution to it. It's a different type of math because, math is a problem. There's math problems. And then with life, there's life problems. Now, I think that statement keeps me in the right frame of mind. And I'm sure you all have been told this before about, life is nothing but problems. I don't totally agree with that notion. I think that's one part of life, but I think life is full of opportunities. And as I stated, life is full of answers. The thing is, you all, me, myself included, just have to come up with those answers. It's almost like when you were in college or trade school or grade school, when you had tests, right? No matter how hard the tests were, if you did the right preparation, you was focused, you was able to recall the information. Guess what? The test was no problem. Why was the test not a problem? Because you had the answers. And that's how it is in life. Again, there's going to always be problems in life, but for every problem, there's a solution. Now, the thing is, most people have to put their energy there prior to a problem arising. That's why they say that success is not a straight line. It's more so the opposite. It's a lot of curves, it's a lot of turns. But this is the issue. The issue is most people know life is like that. But then there's some that live under the illusion as if life is just supposed to be smooth sailings and completely problem free. But understanding the balance of the world and the balance of the universe, if you have heads, you have to have tails. If you have good, you have to have bad. If you get a yes, maybe applying for a job or pursuing an adventure, it could be from a business standpoint or romantic or even platonic, you have to get a no. It's just, there's no way around it. But I think what will help people is that if they have the right predisposition, that hey, life is going grand right now. It's going to continue to go grand, but along this journey, there's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some problems. There's going to be some things that I never foresee occurring, and then just be able to handle it. Now, one is the mindset, of course. That's a major thing, and two is knowing how to control your emotions. Tapping into them, but not letting them overtake you as if it's a disease. Because if your emotions overtake you, you will not be good to yourself and you will not be good to anyone that you look after or that you're hoping to look after in the future. And this is through all walks of life. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter your race, don't matter your height. That is just true. Because if you knock off the head, the body will fall. So if you're not right mentally, Your body is just going to follow everything that the mind commands it to do. May it be with words, from the conscious to the subconscious, and of course what you put in your body. But I'm mainly focusing on the words that you tell your subconscious and what you tell yourself consciously. We have examples all around us. You have some people in situations of despair and they're mad at people outside of themselves. And then you have another sector of people that are in despair. But the thing is, they're not mad at anyone. In fact, they're positive. They're working towards getting up out of their situation. And the reason why they're like that, if you're wondering, is because they know they're in their current plight because of themselves. And since they know that truth and they believe that truth, they're not under no illusion. They're not trying to escape. And since they're not trying to escape, they're trying to get out. Back to those people who aren't taking accountability for their situation and those that believe that it's other individuals' responsibility to make sure that they're thriving in any capacity. And they're going to have trouble. They're going to have big trouble. And the longer that they stay in that state of mind, the longer they're not going to have any progress. I mean, how can you blame someone about your current situation when you wasn't forced to make the decisions that you made? Because the decisions that you made have you in your current situation. That's just what it is. It may sound harsh, which it isn't. It's just true. If you make bad decision or bad choice after bad choice, then you're gonna get bad ending or bad situation. Bad situation. Let me not say bad ending. Just on the contrary, if the person makes a good choice, a good decision, then they're gonna be, and then for a moment of time, they're gonna be in a good spot. So the next man cannot be jealous or envy of anyone. Just like a woman, she can't be jealous of the next woman or envious of the next woman or hate the next woman. I mean, that man and that said woman could do those things, but it would not be beneficial at all. The only thing that will come from that is that no one would want to be around those folks. And when I say no one, I mean no one. Their family will not, their kids, if they have kids. But the solution to that is just to reflect and just be real about the situation. Be real about where you are. Understand that life happens to you and it's happening to everyone else around you. But the main reason you're in the situation that you are is because of the choices that you made. And the way to improve is to make better choices. And it's not going to happen overnight. Just take it one choice at a time. Come up with a task and stick with it. It can start that simple. You can start off simple. I have something for you. And this is something anyone can do. You can just say, hey, I'm going to stretch when I wake up in the morning and before I go to bed. That's something simple and it's easy. It can help your mind and help your body. And let's just say you to make it something that you build up to do consistently. You can just say, hey, I'm gonna do it one day a week. So pick your favorite day of the week, or pick the day that you dislike the most of the week, and just start from there. Then build up from there. And what that will do, that will tell your mind and tell yourself that you're being consistent, you're building a good habit, you're doing it slowly. And over time, what will happen, besides you seeing changing yourself, you will see change in your flexibility. If you're an older person who's fit or not, or one that's not fit, you'll see that you don't get hurt when you do certain things, or you don't pull muscles. And if you're young, the same thing will happen for you. Though if you're young, you're most likely to just bounce back quicker. But the main thing is that this will help you improve and get on the right path. And all of this, for me personally, just stems from a passenger's unforgettable statement. And hopefully this can help you all. Well, thank you for listening to this video. You all continue to have a great one, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.